Hello everyone. Hi, this is Sujeet from Team Olvy and welcome to today's session. Today, we are going to introduce you to our newest feature, release activity in Olvy changelogs. So let us see what this is all about. We at Olvy love those teams who like to iterate their products rapidly. Even we at Olvy follow the same regime. And if you are such a team who ship changes to your products more often, it would be your wish that your users, your customers appreciate this fact. What if your changelog page could quietly signal this to your users that this product is moving fast? There are many teams who actually ship more than their users actually realize, because at places like changelog page, more than often users or customers actually refer it to look at the recent changes, but hardly sometimes they realize that the frequency at which your team is pushing new releases to your product. Shipping frequently is obviously great, but it is equally important that your people, your customers see it. They realize this fact. The release activity feature in Olvy exactly does this. It makes your momentum visible. Release activity basically turns your shipping velocity into a trust signal, because ultimately it gives a signal, a positive signal to your users that there is an active team, a passionate team who is working behind this product, and they are shipping fast. They are evolving this product rapidly. So, with this background in our mind, let us see how this release activity feature looks like. So, I will head to the changelog page of Olvy. So, just like you might have created a changelog page from Olvy for your product, Olvy also has its own changelog page, and this is there in front of you on the screen right now. If you notice, there is this small icon that has been added just next to these filters. It is called release activity, and as soon as I click over this, you will notice that a separate section now has been enabled or made visible on your changelog, on top of your changelog page, in fact. And you will see that this release activity section has 12 cards, each for a month. So it's basically indicating release activity over the last 12 months. Each card represents 1 month, and the color of those cards basically represent the number of releases that have been done in that particular month. So the darker is the color, more number of releases have been published in that particular month. So if you hover over a particular month card, you will see the number of releases that have been done or published in that particular month on your changelog page. So if you notice, last month all we did 6 releases, which was a phenomenal achievement for our team. Uh, on top of this, there are a few quick stats that again showcase uh, the frequency, the velocity of your team. So first one is the total number of releases that your team has pushed in last 12 months. Then number of active months where there are non-zero releases, they are showcased here. And then there is an average frequency of average releases per month that your team has pushed. So this is how this release activity section on your changelog page quietly signals the frequency, the momentum at which your team is evolving your product. The same feature is also active on your changelog widgets. So if whether it is a sidebar widget like this, the release activity is visible on top of the widget, and users can quickly scan through the same kind of data that we just looked at on the changelog page. Similarly, for the model widget, the same section is visible, and same for the pop-up widget. So changelog page or changelog widgets on both these public facing, customer facing changelog features, this release activity has been enabled. Now, having said that, this is also available to your team within your Olvy login. So let me navigate to Olvy login now. I'm currently on this release listing page of my changelog, where generally you will create your new releases and look at your past releases. Even on this page, so this is an internal page, right? Within the login of your Olvy, you will see this release activity button here, and when you click on this, you will see same release activity section in a pop-up, which basically again depicting the same data. Now this is an internal view for your team members, and apart from that, you will see there is this green toggle which basically indicates that this release activity is currently enabled on your changelog page as well as on your changelog widgets. Now imagine a situation where if you are a early stage or a team who are yet to get that momentum. So you are determined to publish your releases with an increasing frequency in future, but at this particular point of time, last 12 months of data does not really indicate a high frequency of releases. In short, your current release activity is not brag worthy, and you don't really want to highlight it on your public facing changelog page and widgets. Then there is a setting that is available. So let me move to the settings page, and under the changelog, if I go to the general section, you will see a new setting that has been added called release activity, and there is a toggle to disable it. If I disable it and save, now if I go to my changelog page again and refresh this page, you will notice this this release activity button now has been hidden. So the release activity is not accessible to your customers or to your changelog users on the public facing changelog page. But even in that case, release activity will continue to show up in the release listing page within your Olvy login. If you notice, this toggle now shows you that this release activity has been disabled from your changelog page and changelog widgets. So your team can continue to track the release activity, the momentum of your releases internally from this release listing page, and as and when you see that you have gained a sufficient momentum which is bragworthy, now you can flaunt this actually on your changelog page, then you can go ahead and enable it on your changelog page and widgets. So this is how basically release activity feature helps you to showcase the momentum and you know uh, send those trust signals to your users, to your customers on your changelog page and widgets. So this is it for today's video. Thank you for joining us today. See you next time.